They separated. All I hate is staying on the site.
Mm-mm-mm. Yo.
Crazy nice.
I
Mic check.
think,
Everybody clear. Everybody ready?
yeah, everybody clear. I'm outside right now, so you know. But yeah, oh yeah, say Chop. I don't know if you saw me and Chop was texting about the shooting, bro. They had somebody got unloaded on around here tonight. I saw an ambulance go up, but I ain't see no police or nothing.
Yeah, I read the text.
Damn, that's crazy.
Bro, I don't know what, and it always seemed to be right there around that Desire Street, the section right there by the little store. Either that or it was somewhere in between there.
Let's just say it's in your
That
area.
police
Let's
or
not
something,
get
you know
too
what I'm saying?
detailed into exactly where it happened. We don't want to speculate on that. We content creators now, Pete. You can't be so blunt. Even though this blunt talk, but you can't say exactly. You know what I mean? You just say in the surrounding areas. You gotta talk like a reporter a little bit now. That way you can, keep you and your family out of the bullshit. Welcome, welcome, people. Yeah, we back in the building. Y'all hear the beat? This is Blunt Talk, all cap, no space, NOLA, man, on YouTube. What y'all talking about? What y'all thought we was gonna be doing? It's time to do the goddamn show. Come in. Put your fucking shoes back on your feet. You know what I'm saying? Cause it ain't that comfortable in this motherfucker. You can take your hat off, dude. Have a seat, relax, come chill with me and my dogs. What's happening, people?
What's happening? What's
I am
happening?
your
What's happening?
host, Silent Child 17.
P360 in the building.
Chop tracks in the building.
Man, we coming at y'all. We told you look, part two. Here it is, people. Here it is. If you ain't ready to listen tonight, hey, catch this motherfucker in the morning. Catch it later on in the daytime. It don't matter. But
But
this is the part two. And we had some more information that we said we wanted to bring to y'all. Especially me. I had, a
Right.
little residue left on mine on the end. But we gonna make it flip in a way because I think my engineer's been doing an excellent job as I'm gonna say. So, however he feel the segue should go, I'm gonna give him the free range to really do that. I'm just gonna set the marker and we just gonna spin it off like that. That sound good, fellas?
Yeah. So look, with that
A100,
being said, Paul needs to our conversation about the gun law shit that
yeah,
kind of spin into things that they talking about doing after these mass shootings that happened. I mean, everybody know they had another mass shooting or whatever, but this one is more. You could tell it's more planned, but basically, one of my theories were that um, they're allowing these little shootings and shit to happen so they can uh, violate people First Amendment rights or whatever, or the right to bear arms or whatever.
yeah. Second
Because
Okay.
Amendment.
Second Amendment,
Right.
whatever, you know what I'm saying. I'm
No, no, don't say
yeah.
whatever now. Don't do
At the
that.
end of the day, at the end of the day,
We here with you,
that
yeah.
is what they
We with you.
trying to that is what they trying to ultimately do or whatever. In
Hmm.
Louisiana, PT60 was letting me know officially what the gun laws are in Louisiana or whatever, and being the person that has purchased guns before, I kind of know the way the shit go or whatever.
Right, right.
So I could break it down right quick or whatever. Basically,
Oh yeah, because I got some stuff on that too. I sent you some. Yeah, I sent you some stuff with that too. So yeah, I'm
Yeah, because
locked and loaded too with y'all on that. So
I really
yeah, go
wanted
ahead.
him to break that down because he don't, I haven't purchased a gun yet, so I really wanted him to break it down for me about
all right.
the different gun
So
laws we got.
you don't need a
Yeah,
concealed
yo, so
carry
so that's
to.
how y'all want to start with that, or y'all want, because I mean we do have the other mass shooting with the Texas thing too, because you know what I'm
Well,
saying. So do
well, the
y'all
Yeah,
want
reason
to
but
show
I
we,
some
just want
commentary,
people
or
to
y'all just want to dig right into what gun laws is right now?
well, we was bringing up the
know.
Or
gun
what's
I
the
laws
want people to understand and get the grasp of what the gun law, where the gun laws stand at right now,
with
before
regards to,
because that's the main thing that everybody's saying that that's the solution to the mass shoot, the gun laws or whatever. So it's important that the people understand what the gun laws are right now before they understand what they're trying to change them to, if that makes sense. But at the end of the day, like I see, it's still in the same bubble because we talking about the mass shooting, and this really part two of us talking about the mass shooting, the first mass shooting
right?
or whatever. So
And it's an excellent segue. That's why I say, because the part two, we actually not explaining the same exact shit we explained last one. So this is
yeah,
perfect. I
right.
just don't want it to be a build up of just going flat of just showing the rest of the videos at the end of it. That's why I said that.
oh, all right, I see what you're saying.
So if that's why I said, if y'all want to just dive right into the law shit, yeah, break that motherfucker down, but then come with come with one of the videos. Cause like I said, I had some couple of clips on the gun laws and the gun rights and shit as well. So yeah.
Yeah, because you posted one, I really like that one, bro. I'm gonna tell you that before we get started. The
Yeah, well, I was telling them. That's why I say I want, I want to know what the build up is that we could work around getting the people the information exactly how we, trying to tell it to them, because
right.
that's what we here for. This blunt talk. We gonna talk shit anyway, chop. So
Yeah,
yeah, well, I say if you break that shit down for them, then around let's y'all pay attention, because like he said, he has done this. It's already information, so it's not coming from no second party, none of that dumbass shit. So put your motherfucking thinking caps on your ears, okay? Go ahead,
long
chop.
as
Continue.
you are
I'm gonna mute
a
up.
citizen of the United States, no matter what, in whatever state or whatever, you can buy a gun because the gun laws are federal or whatever. Now, some states do have certain laws. They might say you have to be a resident or whatever in some states or whatever. I don't know what them states is, but I'm just saying, me knowing laws, that's probably one of the laws or whatever. But in Louisiana, you don't need a permit to buy a gun. You can go to the store and you're not gonna be able to purchase it the first day. The first day gonna be you doing the background check. Now some stores wait, like Academy and stuff. If the thing don't come back, Academy wait for your background check to come back. Most stores, it's a 3 to 5 day wait. If the federal government don't reply within 3 to 5 days, they will, long as no big flags and nothing come up on your name, they will, they'll sell you the gun or whatever, or release the gun to you.
Let me ask you something. Um, with that being said, have you ever felt any bad looks or bad desires about giving you a gun because you a big black dude?
Yeah, big facts. Because I mean, the same the same AR-15 pistol that a lot of people have. I was purchasing that gun when the white boys was in that bitch purchasing the same one. So it's like, you know,
Ah, yeah,
they
okay.
looking at it like, damn, fuck this. First of all, he 6'1", and he got the big gun too. Like, it is what it is. But I know that they feel that that's just for instance. I'm glad you said that or whatever, because something happened a few days ago or whatever. I was uh I was laying down. It was in the morning. My kids was going to school, and my son called me and said, "Dad, they got the police out there with the ARs and the woo like that." So my daughter was just getting ready to go to school, and so I came outside with the AR and the pistol strapped to my chest, like I had it in the holster. And this little host I had, boy, them police seen me with them guns and them motherfuckers. I had their attention. Whatever they was doing, it was SWAT. Like, they was all in unmarked cars and all that shit. But when they seen me come out that fucking house like that, them bitches, by the time I dropped her off and came back, I came back inside. 5 minutes later, them bitches was gone. I don't know what they did or what they was doing, but once they seen me come outside like that, you know, first of all, they can't tell you nothing. It is what it is. Like, long as you ain't trying to perk that bitch at them and all that, and you ain't got no bullet in the head, that's the main thing or whatever. Gun experts will tell you, fuck what they talking about. I'm talking about police officers and everything. They gonna take you to jail probably, but their instinct in their mind, you always supposed to have one in the head, no matter.
And that's one thing that always bothered me too about even the police, and they don't like feeling played, or like they don't like to be they don't want to feel like they're being punked, even though
No,
they
they
be
don't.
wrong. Like
No, they
you know what I'm
don't.
saying? Like they don't want to feel like no pussy ass nigga on some shit. If I could say it like that, like, and that's the problem with them though, because they got to remember you're not there to demand law from the people. You're supposed to be protecting and serving. And I think that element of being humble with all that shit strapped to him, chop it, give him a false sense of pride. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And and
it do.
and it seemed
It
like it's
do.
taught. It seemed like it's taught toward most of us, dog. In a sense, maybe y'all talk to me about that while you breaking it down, bro. Because what y'all think about it?
I really, I'm gonna start stepping up and saying that I believe you right in that, because when you assert your authority to protect yourself, and you're showing that, hey, I don't need you to protect me, that does make one, I'm not going to say it makes them feel inferior, but it does put them on point that, hey, shit goes sideways, you point your gun at me and I'm going to point my gun back at you. It is what it is. Because if you're here to protect and serve, your job is to enforce the law. Now, I'm not breaking no law by doing what I got to do to preserve and protect mine. So don't make something out of nothing and it
But
won't
look,
be nothing. You see what I'm
the
saying?
the
So,
the reason I could see that they don't feel like that, in the sense, because the guns that you can't buy, they can. What I
right.
mean by that,
It's certain guns
the
we cannot.
actual the actual Glocks, the actual automatic Glocks that Glock sell, like, they be having niggas now that just be getting the Glock switch and putting the switch on there or whatever.
Hmm.
Those those guns are sold already made from the manufacturer for the police too. They got
Right.
them, like, if you go on the website, on Glock website right now, it's gonna literally say you got to be law enforcement to purchase that weapon.
That particular weapon. Right.
Right, but now we got switches on the street for shit that only the police supposed to be able to have.
And it's funny. It's funny that they're the only ones who's supposed to have this. Why can't we have that? You see what I'm saying? You want to make fully automatic guns illegal for us, but you making it legal for the same people that's going around killing unarmed. Granted, they may have committed a crime, but they unarmed or
But
not
see, the thing
or not
is,
commit a crime.
you
You see what
just
I'm saying?
really can't get caught with it, because the fucked up part is there are manufacturers that can sell you, like,
The
say you have a
switch.
rifle, right? They
Mm-hmm.
got switches for rifles, to where you could turn your shit automatic. I'm talking about like some real Call of Duty type shit. For people that don't play shooting games, just how you could put attachments and shit on that gun on that game, that's exactly how that shit is in real life.
Yeah.
It's not no different. You can make a
They actually get the idea to put that in the game.
semi-automatic, automatic. You can make an automatic, fucking single shot, 3 round burst, six
Yeah.
round burst, whatever you want to do, you could do that shit. And see, that's another thing too that people is doing to get under the laws or whatever. They buying from people or whatever, and that's where the laws coming in there, and they saying that they gonna try to block that. So with them saying that, I can say that I agree to that. I agree that if me having a gun and I sell it to somebody else, and I didn't know they had a felony or something, and they go do some dumb shit with that gun, now I'm responsible because I sold them a gun. You see what I'm saying?
Mm,
Some states it's like that, but in some states it's not. It's just like a
gotcha.
bill of sale, like on some shit. Just like if you got a car or whatever you just trying to sell to somebody, you could just get a regular bill of sale and boom, sell a gun to a felon. A felon. I said a felony. A felon.
No, yeah, bro. Yeah.
Shit.
So
But that's what they trying to change.
I mean, any other things you want the people to know about,
the
actually
Louisiana
being a
gun
gun
laws.
holder and yeah,
Yeah, because the Louisiana gun
Consent.
laws
Oh, all right.
very,
And the way the
very
consent
different from
carry
most states.
thing
I'm gonna say that.
work is if you want to carry a gun under your garments, under your clothing, or whatever, meaning there are holsters where you can, like for outside your clothes wearing, meaning if you're in Louisiana, you can walk up the street with your gun long as it's visible, whether if it's in your hand or whatever, long as they can see it, they you pretty much good or whatever. As long as it
And
ain't loaded to it, don't it can't be loaded with the
as long as you're not pointing it at
as
nobody.
long as you ain't pointing at nobody, because that's brandishing a weapon or whatever. But
Right, right.
the
Because if
gun
you
laws are pretty
or
free,
waving it around in the air, because you can't
and
really
I
do that
want people
either.
to understand that because my point is how many school shootings they have in Louisiana?
Zero. That I
Not
know
many.
of. That I know
I
of.
mean, if they, I'm not gonna say zero because I ain't gonna be that. I haven't looked it up, but I'm gonna say it
yeah,
ain't as many.
percentage. There's a percentage of them.
It's a percentage of them. I'm not gonna say zero.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
yeah. I'm
sure
gonna say it's
it
low.
probably
I'm gonna say
happened
it's lower
before,
than high.
but I'm gonna say it's way lower than
Right.
high.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never I've
I'm trying to,
never
yeah. I'm
Yeah,
I
telling
don't
you,
even remember
say, bro, we
I
content
don't.
creators now. You have to be more political with this
I'm
shit, bro. You
Well, no, no,
can't
definitely
be,
going
that's
to
what I'm
say
saying.
that it's way
you
I don't
can't
lower
be
ever
than
that
high.
remember hearing
straightforward with your
about one.
answers no more. You can't
Yeah,
do it. I'm telling you,
that's true.
No, I'm
motherfucker gonna
saying
chew your ass to bits.
no, I
No,
don't
what
ever
I'm
remember
saying is,
seeing one.
no. Look, think
I've
about
never
it
heard
like this,
about it.
Pete. No, look, no, like let's just jump off the subject right quick and let's just talk about the etiquette of what you doing right now, right? Not just you, us, right? When you say something, you say it as fact now, it's recorded that you said it now, right?
Hmm.
So when somebody play it back and it's actually not fact, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right,
It
right,
becomes
right, right.
something else that somebody have a receipt. So that's what I'm saying. You
Create a
want to be
conundrum.
all the way show, or you gonna be known as
I
Umar
say
Johnson. My
I
my
wouldn't,
bad.
I wouldn't
I just
say, I
had to say
wouldn't
that, but
say, I
but
wouldn't say
people,
zero
we on
because
point though, y'all. We on point. Ain't
you know,
nobody really did too much of nothing yet. I just didn't want you to get too far, Pete. That's my job as your partner, though. And not let you get too far, yeah. The edge is there, my nigga. The edge is,
Well,
but we
I'm
good
really
though. We
saying
good though.
like
We
I
good.
never really heard of any school shootings.
Right. There
I
you
done heard
go.
about shootings
Yeah.
at the football games or whatever
now
like
look,
that.
I'm gonna tell
That's
y'all this
outside
too,
beef,
man.
but
With
you know,
the
not in the
guns,
stadium and
you
all
can
that.
buy the guns in parts and uh,
Put them bitches together.
yeah. So basically, like you ain't buying a gun, you buying the parts, and you assemble your parts, and then you make the gun. I just like say
I've heard of that.
AK-47 might be together already between 700 to $1,400 or whatever. But if you get that bitch in parts, you
It's
might
cheaper.
pay $400 for that bitch.
Right, it's cheaper. I could
For
get the
real.
product for 50% cheaper.
But the thing is, you got to put it together. So either you bring it to somebody to put it together, or you learn how to put them bitches together and you put it together.
Right.
Yes, sir. Anything else y'all want to?
This I don't know who
Oh, he
clip
about to.
this
Oh, all
is,
right.
but this had something to do with what we was talking about already.
Okay.
I mean, guns, shit. I didn't get a chance to look at nobody clip.
In the
I just, I
Louisiana,
just,
anything you want people to know that they don't know that if they got a gun, illegally, but they don't, in their possession or want to know if their gun is illegally, what can they do?
the illegal
And
thing. I mean, I'm gonna tell you like
the
this.
legal thing, I'm saying, no, what I'm saying is like if they don't know if it's illegal and they want to check their gun or whatever, but they bought it from somebody or something,
Oh, you
how would
gotta
they go
bring that
about
bitch
that
to
and what's going on?
you gotta bring that to the police. You gotta take that risk.
To the police or to your local ATF agency.
Yeah, but that's still the police. Like you gotta bring it to them people because they gonna have to run the serial numbers and
If
shit
it had,
on
if
to
it,
see
well,
So,
if it
so
got
you
serial.
saying
yeah,
basically
if
if
it's got
somebody,
serial
yeah,
numbers on
so
it,
if
you gotta check
somebody,
it.
so if somebody think they got illegal gun, they mean they know they bought it illegally.
Yeah,
N- Well, no. If you think you got an
Yeah,
illegal gun,
holy
that don't
smokes.
like you may have thought you
yeah.
bought it
Ain't no no
That's
legally.
no
some
no no
real
no
shit,
no
dog.
man.
You
What
heard
you
what I
talking about,
said? Huh?
Paul? Yeah. What you talking about, Paul? You listening?
No, listen.
No,
He
I'm
tried to
not
You
give him an
listening.
out. It's
You
okay. Yeah,
no,
he
listening.
gonna
listen.
have to get a fire lawyer, chop. That
Just
shit
say
cost something.
you buy a gun from somebody off the streets
Uh
or
huh.
whatever. Not off the streets, but you bought the
No,
gun
I
from
said that's what
somebody
I
you
said.
know or
Off,
whatever.
yeah, off the street. I said that's what I
And
said. That's the
it's got
scenario. You
serial
can't
number.
take it out to make your point. You can't take the scenario out
No,
to make
I'm
your point.
saying
That was the
just whoever you
scenario.
All
bought the
right,
gun
now look.
from, if
If you talking
You
if
about,
it's
bought it
not a
off the
reputable
street. You
gun dealer,
don't know
if
I'll
you
if
say
it's
this:
talking
if you didn't
illegal.
about,
buy the gun from a reputable gun dealer, and you worried
Yes.
that gun may have been used in a crime, even if it's got the serial numbers on it,
You
yeah,
trying to
bring
talk
that
like
gun in.
Keanu Reeves and Devil
You
Advocate, not yeah.
you bring that gun to the local police or your ATF agent and have them run that gun and check it out. Because all they're gonna do is do a ballistic test and tell you if that gun been used in a crime or not. They can't really charge you for it because why would you bring a gun that you know been used in a crime? You see what
you
I'm saying?
never
Hey,
know.
look, I
I'm,
bought this
Maybe
gun
you
from
could be getting
somebody.
off on a murder. Maybe you want to erase a murder off your name, and they'll go to
hmm
run your ass in
Well,
because you got the
I
gun.
don't
hey, they
trust them
gotta
niggas
tie me
like
into
that.
connection with the person that got murdered.
Hey, you giving scenarios? I'm giving scenario too. It
I
can't
got
happen. Like Chop said, why would you even bring a gun in if you think it's illegal?
Fuck that.
I mean, you
Ain't
know
no
you
bringing
bought
that
it
shit.
under. You know you bought it under false pretense by not even going to
Niggas
a
buy a gun
reputable
and
gun
palm them or be stupid.
a
well,
reputable
I
gun
mean,
business
No,
any
no,
goddamn
no.
way, right?
that
Hey,
don't
This
that
is
you
don't
blood
ain't
mean
buy
talk.
that bitch
if I
offline,
buy
nigga.
if I
When
You
you
went
buy
got it
buy a
from a
gun
nigga off the
so
illegally,
street.
if a
buy a
neighbor
gun
selling a gun,
illegally.
hey, bro, look,
But
I'm
I'm
selling the
telling
gun
you
because I don't
people
want it
right
in the
now,
house no more.
the rules is if you buy your gun illegally,
But there's rules for the streets, though, Paul. Too. That's what we
we do
telling you.
not
You got
ride with that weapon.
you got
That
certain
weapon
things you could do to
does not
not
go
to because they
unless we
ain't.
going through something.
Wait, say that one more time.
If
I ain't gonna cut you off.
if it's a if you riding with illegal weapon, if you bought a gun off the street, meaning you ain't even get a bill of sale for that motherfucker. If you get a bill of sale, the nigga selling you a gun that ain't got no names or nothing on it. Because he legally saying he sold you that gun. So
So what you telling me, Chop? If you do this shit, there is a process that you have to do, and you have to have
Right.
a receipt with it when you get
yeah,
it from that said person.
yeah. If you do a
You
bill of
can't
sale,
just
then
get it
you
from
know
them.
for
Okay.
yeah. But if you just buy
And
one
that's
from
what
a
I
nigga,
want to
give him the
spec.
money, and then
Right.
you get the gun, nigga.
That's what it was. See, I was giving the people a trick question, Pete, and you fell for it. Like you did.
Yeah,
You went hook,
ride
line, and
that
sinker with
bitch when
that
it's time
because it
to
was a
go
trick
do something.
question. You see what I'm saying? It was a loaded gun. Pow.
You pick that bitch up
It was.
and plug dead in it.
You know what I'm saying? Because I want people to understand when they do shit. This is what you go into when you do this and you make these decisions. People got to understand this. They think it's just some regular shit. No, it's not regular. Stupid. It's illegal. And you have to do this shit the right way, unless your ass gonna probably have more bodies on a gun if you do something with that gun. And if you're ready to take that motherfucking penitentiary change, then that's what you fucking ass gonna wind up, bro. In the penitentiary. It is what it is. Not speaking specifically to you, Pete. I'm talking about the audience, though. Who caught what I just did. You feel me? If everybody heard what the fuck just happened, this is what we talking about. When these people go out there and do this mass shooting, guess where Ron got his shit from? Where Ron got his shit from, y'all?
I think he said they bought it from a gun store.
All right. Did he get it off a white boy off the street? Did he get it from a Ku Klux Klan member?
And they said they bought had two of them.
I'm asking. I'm just
Nah,
saying.
yeah.
See? All right. Let's get it then. That's what I'm trying to tell my people. We gotta think smarter, not harder. We work too hard for the bullshit. We don't think about the shit. You could do what the fuck you want in this world, but you gotta think. You gotta do it smart though. Ain't nobody telling nobody to do shit, but you gotta understand that this is how this shit set up. So you can't be a dumbass out here.
Or you better not be.
Go just find out what it is. Find out what's going on with whatever they need you to find out what's going on with. All right, cool, boom.
See, look,
Like
I'm
Chop
glad
said, they still gonna look at you as a motherfucking threat any fucking way just because you want to go by a little bit of the piece of what's going on or what's happening with the laws and all that type of shit, or really go by what you gotta do to get your shit the right way, right? You're still looking at this man like he done bought it illegally. So once you get past that shit, think about it. Man, come on, man. And I'm talking about thousands of people having the same mentality, but still wanting to hold, they want to protect their families and want to be able to carry a gun and, feel safe. You can't just think about it like, like a nigga say some geek off the street. You gotta be ready. You gotta be ready to regulate, nigga. Right. Have your shit right, Have all that shit right. But what you was about to say though, bro?
I was about to say that we got it's so much misinformation out there.
Yeah.
And it's just, you can't go over the first story. You can't go off of the second story. You really be having to wait till the full stories be coming out. Because me and Pete, I could show y'all me and Pete that conversation. We was talking about the damn videos, and he was telling me the man was dead, or me was still alive, and I was telling him the man was dead.
Yeah, because they had so much
Music
misinformation going on with that. It was like, yo, they said they apprehended him, and he like, no, man, they got that nigga.
It's a lot, dog. That's the
I'm nothing
motherfucking
like,
media.
brother, because the first video he sent out, it had an updated version underneath that, and I'm like, wait, so they recorded it, then they came
If
back.
y'all need to slow it down, people, y'all slow it down. If y'all need to slow it down, or if y'all need to press pause to read,
I slowed that bitch down.
I'm just saying, for them slower ones, folks. Put a slower one.
Bandhead Music Productions.
Y'all need to, it is what it is.
The story just kept changing.
Right. And matter of fact, it changed just that. Like, soon as you sent the text, when I went back to look at it, it had changed. I'm like, wait a fucking minute. They done changed the story in our text messages. Like, the same link he gave me to the story, when I went back on that link, the story had changed. That's why me and him
Bandhead Music Productions.
The nigga was apprehended. Nah, they saying he dead.
Come on, man. Like, we was just talking about this stuff. I'm like, no what part of the man did, bro.
And that's why I was saying they had an
You
updated,
know,
like the
and then
updated one said that man was apprehended. Then it came back and said, I was like, damn, bro, that shit changed too fast.
I just found out the name that the Border Patrol man was one of the damn bags when he
Bandhead
came off
Music
the street
Productions.
with his weapon and killed that fucking dude because the police was fucking scared.
Cut the music, cut the music.
It's about to cut off. Man,
Your beats playing, Chop. You got beats playing in the background.
Yeah, that bitch rocking, bro. Let it
oh,
rock
yeah,
out.
what the fuck you talking
Let it
about?
rock out. What's the problem?
I'm like, the beats
You all
rocking,
right,
bro.
B?
Hold up, the beats rocking.
What is confusing you or something?
That
No,
man
I couldn't hear what Chop
bro.
was saying because the beats was playing in my earphone.
Because y'all trying to talk over the beat. Why don't you just let it play before you trying to talk and think? Let
I'm
it
trying to
run.
respond
I
to
was
your
listening to
ass.
what he was saying.
Y'all niggas is crazy, man. Y'all didn't even watch. Man, you supposed to watch the movie, man.
I
See, y'all.
The
watched the
movie
movie.
was finished.
I can't go to the show with you. See, I can't go to the show with these
That
niggas. See
nigga
what I'm
P
saying?
started talking. I had to
I had my
respond.
popcorn, my little juju bees and
I
shit.
ain't
These
want
niggas
him
want
to
to
be
talk
talking
about.
by himself. But I was talking. That nigga
It was a good
talking.
production, though. Anyway, fuck,
That
it was
man
a
P
good
dot.
production, job, bro.
But like I'm saying, bro, you got to understand that the news give you that shit wrong. How the fuck is how you telling me the
Every
police was
fucking time.
scared to go in there? They waited 40 minutes before this
40.
dad that was a border patrol man went in that bitch and killed this dude. They barricaded this man. We talking about a whole other shoot. My bad, bro. They barricaded this man in there with the children because they said they didn't think he was gonna do nothing to the kids. They got like I'm not sure that people understand. I guess I gotta show some clips right quick though. Put it in perspective so people could see exactly how these people.
Don't forget to throw the fair use warning up.
I threw it up already. I ain't doing it again. I mean, I could, but
Fair use, man. We could just say it. Fair use.
I just
You already
think
put
that
the
this shit.
disclaimer. Disclaimer.
The opportunity to
Look
kill
at
other
this
people
scary
inside that
bitch.
school.
Hold
So
up.
the active shooter situation, you want to stop the killing, you want to preserve life, but also one thing that,
Hmm.
of course, American people need to understand is that officers are making entry into this building. They do not know where the gunman is. They are hearing gunshots. They are receiving gunshots. At that point, if they proceeded any further, not knowing where this suspect was at, they could have been shot. They could have been killed. And at that point, that gunman would have the opportunity to kill other people inside that school. So they were able to contain that gunman inside that classroom so that he was not able to go to any other portions of the school to commit any other killings.
So basically, they trapped them in the classroom full of children and said, "Fuck it, we gonna sacrifice these children," versus letting them go and go kill some other children. That's what I heard. I mean, what y'all heard?
That's what it sounded like. That's exactly what it sounded like.
What did y'all hear?
Could have been shot.
Right. Because they could have been shot. Ain't that your job to take
Son,
that chance?
imagine if Blunt
That's your
Talk
job to
was the
take that
police
chance.
force. If we was the police force, boy, that would have been we would have been proud. Fucking, I'd have jumped I'd have had knives. Son, they'd have thought I was RoboCop.
It hurt.
I'd have had
You'd
thermal
have been
glasses on. I'd have funked this nigga. Man, if y'all don't stop fucking,
but
you don't stop fucking
but
playing.
look at the difference
I
though.
heard the Latinos is trying to claim that, yeah, trying to claim him as not being a white boy. They trying to claim him as being like, the Latino and all this because I think his name is, Latin or some shit.
Remo.
Yeah. But see, think about it like this.
Ain't that crazy though?
what's crazy is
Look how
even
much
if I
people don't know their history, though. It's amazing to me. But go ahead, bro. I'm
go ahead
listening.
and break that down then.
The whole Latino thing, though, it bothers me, bro. Because I mean, if we break that down, bro, we know that's Latin, then, right?
Yeah,
Latin is the ancient language of the Spaniard. The Spaniard didn't come from Mexico, though.
It
right.
came from Spain.
Came from Spain. Zorro.
So that would be in the Eurasia area, dog. So you know what I'm saying? I'm lost with how is he not a part of the white race? You know what I'm saying? Because we would
Son,
lump
that ain't no Mexican.
those we would lump those as what the people who came and colonized, right? They were part of the colonization. They were part of the whole slave trade and everything, right? These were these people.
Yep.
It took
Did-
over big parts of Louisiana. This bitch was Spanish at one time, nigga. The
Yes,
whole
Yep.
sir.
I just had that
okay.
discussion the other day with somebody that before the French had it, before the Louisiana Purchase, it was Spain. It was for the
Okay,
Spaniards.
yeah.
That's why they
Holy,
what was
holy
that
smokes.
matter of fact 2018 after TD became mayor, the now current king and queen of Spain paid a visit down here and went to the St. Louis Cathedral and they
Look at
paid
that.
tribute to them
Oh.
at the St. Louis Cathedral.
Ooh. It all makes sense, P. Dot. It all make fucking sense, dog. So that's what I would just, you know what I'm saying, chop at the same time. We're really not going too, not going too deep into it, but just right quick, that's what I was confused about that part of it. You know what I'm saying? So, because
I got some more for y'all.
nobody's not looking at the factors of what's actually going on. And I think
I
we
really
getting
believe is that
blinded once
they don't
again
want to
by
look.
this white and black. I think we really not paying people not paying attention to what's going
I think what it really is, bro, is nobody really
To
wants to
not
look at.
breach that door. He says the Uvalde School Police Chief decided to treat this situation as a barricade situation rather than an active shooter situation.
Texas embraces and teaches, okay, the active shooter doctrine. The active shooter doctrine, as long as there's kids, as long as there's someone's firing, you go to the gun, you find them, you neutralize them, period.
Cops get there at 11:35, and that is when they approach the door. They get shot at. Some of them are injured. They fall back. They don't leave the school. They fall back. They stay in the hallway. They train their guns on the door, and that's when a decision is made. The local commander decides we're not going to try to breach. We're going to sit back. We're going to keep an eye on the door, and we are going to call for backup and a tactical team. Now, Texas DPS says that was the wrong decision. Even he said it is an
What y'all think, bro? We 5-0. We the real deal McCoy.
on. So he didn't back them up and all that.
Yep.
Man.
They
Yeah.
was they was so they
They
were
was at
listening
the
to that.
door. Now
So they were
mind you,
listening to 400 degrees when they went in that bit.
mind you, the officers that were there were trying to ascertain, okay, wait, we know he in here. Yo, let us go ahead and get this dude out of here. And they said, wait, and this is the result.
Come on, man. It ain't, this shit crazy, bro.
Mm-mm-mm.
Not the people that supposed to be protecting me. Bitch, you scared too? Fuck I'm supposed to do. Sorry, y'all see that that's that Blunt Talk page. I'm looking for more content, but they got, we be talking about all kind of things on here.
Uh I
Um,
posted something on the page. I don't know if you got it, dude. I don't know
Sending
if
a
it's gonna be in
DM
there.
and posting something on a page is two different things.
No, I
P-Dot.
sent I took it off the page and I sent it to you in the text too. It's the video with the little kid. It was one of the
Yeah, you
last
sent
texts I
the
sent.
you sent the yeah you DM. You ain't posted to the page.
No, I sent it to your direct message on your phone.
Yeah, but you said posted to the page,
I
nigga.
did post it to the page.
No, you didn't.
Go no, you gotta go to the timeline. Look at the timeline. Not you know what
It's
I
not
mean,
on
man.
the
I
page.
I told you I don't have that. Y'all never sent me the password to log back into the damn
Oh
page.
Lord, we not going there, P Dot. We not doing that.
All right, you don't
Man,
believe
we,
me. I
we
keep telling
we
you.
doing this live right now, fellas. We
A
doing this live.
retired federal agent from the Texas was
Come on, man.
one of 6 people in regular communication with the white supremacist Buffalo murder. The reason that's important is because remember, all right, I'm gonna bring y'all back to part one. On part one, I asked the question: did the dude that first talked to the shooter tell the shooter about the police officer that was working there?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's come to find out this man then
Talking to a Texas police officer.
no, not that.
Yeah.
This man, the police officer was a damn scientist.
Mm.
That fucked me up. The police officer is a real scientist. Look,
Aaron Salter Jr. wore many hats in his life: retired police officer, substitute teacher, but one of his true passions was science. He built a lab in his garage where he spent countless hours working to develop an engine that could run on water.
It's not running off of gas fumes? No, there's no gas fumes. No gas fumes.
Sadly, for all he was in life, the world is learning his story because of the courage he displayed doing his job, protecting his community.
all right. First of all, I'm gonna say this before somebody else says it. Why the fuck is he a security guard if he a scientist? I'm gonna
Like
just
he's
state
like
the
they say that
obvious.
that was just one of
Shit,
his passions, you know what I'm saying?
man, that's crazy.
However, that passion could have led that man to become a
That's
billionaire
deep right there.
overnight. Overnight, dude. And he in the car he started, he said, no, there's no gas in this car. So he done already made the car.
No, not car he started, called truck that was running, nigga. That bitch.
Well, I'm saying, okay,
Like,
let's say the
man,
vehicle that he started up, he said that there's no gas in there.
that bitch was running off water, son.
Straight up water, man.
And that's one of the cars. That's a Dodge Ram. That's not a car, like something he built all the way up from the
Yeah, I
ground.
think that's the part that pissed him off. Is like this nigga done rewired our shit.
To run off water.
Oh, it sure. Oh, come on, man. To run on water. Whole family don't use gas. Fuck you talking about raising gas prices and all this dumb shit. We ain't gotta do none of that.
And
Nigga,
we
I can
should,
fill
yeah,
up with my water hose.
people, bro,
Put that water hose in there.
people should really,
Pay attention.
really pay
Look at one of the
attention, bro,
comments
and
right here,
really
bro. Look at one of the comments. I just want people to see this.
pick their face up about
Look what this man said right here. Whoever, I
Joe
don't know
Biden
who
and
this
his damn
person
gas
is.
prices.
Fair use, you heard me. I appreciate you for your comment, whoever you is. I don't know. Do
Yeah,
music,
shout
right?
out to
Yeah.
whoever did this video too.
Shout out.
That was
That's
fire.
Eddie Griffin. Eddie Griffin.
Shout
Eddie
out to
Griffin
Eddie Griffin,
posted
man,
it.
one of my favorite comedians, man.
Yeah,
This
he posted
motherfucking
it
world
on his
classic.
page, and whoever Black Culture News is, they reposted it or whatever. But you see what this dude cash and no credit said. Every person that tries to make the water car dies tragic.
Yup. Yup. He ain't lying. He ain't fucking lying. Ain't no lie there. No
Man,
lie.
that's 100. That's 100 right there. Two big puffs, nigga. Because Even not only the water,
That mean that tell me right there.
other
If we gonna do
sources,
something like that, we gotta do it in secret.
other sources of energy as well,
Correct.
like sound. Sound is also another thing that holds energy.
Yep.
You know, they had this man who was inventing where basically he made this uh I guess this is type of tool, this energy tool where he just sit it in it and it was warming the water up and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Basically it was maintaining its own energy. This man wound up dead. He was
That's
basically
why.
showing people another source without like having to, pay energy bill and all that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he was on that level. Like he was making us this. It was coming from this sound he was making, and the sound was vibrating in this damn tool, and the tool was heating it. Yeah, bro.
But that's why I say what I said, bro. Like all of these people that do these things, and they making it happen. We seeing it for ourselves. You got to do that shit in secret, bro.
Son,
You got to
first
do
of
it in
all,
secret.
Ain't
y'all
no such
playing.
thing as a secret when niggas trying to be in secret societies and shit. Pete, that
No, I'm saying like this man here making the car run off water, and then all of a sudden he dead.
ain't no
After
all of a sudden. You gotta bring that forward. Look, why you think they
mm,
on him? They already been watching him. They know he was doing that.
mm-hmm.
He an ex-police. You heard me, Pete? He an ex-police, man.
Tracking
Listen to what
everything you purchase.
listen to what you're saying though. Listen, he's a part of a fraternity, bruh. The police force, bruh. These people are together. They bleed blue, right? Think about it.
That didn't make sense, man.
His people. You don't think he ain't told nobody about him know how to do that? You don't think people know his background? You don't think the police force got his goddamn academic records? They got his shit. Come on, Pete. Come on, but they know he that smart. Yeah, top of all his classes, right? Got all these goddamn trophies and shit, right? They know his accolades. They know what he majored in. That's why he been kept so quiet the longest he been kept quiet, dog. Think about it like that. You see what I'm saying? So if these people got all this information like they saying, oh, why the fuck they ain't been putting him? Yeah, so you got to think about it. This man on the news all of a sudden about this a little snippet of a piece that a reporter ran across and said, "Well, goddamn, you did all this shit too? I thought you was just a nigga in the backyard making water trucks."
Come on, man.
You see what I'm saying, Pete? Like we think about it in from a broad, not a broad standpoint, but like a narrative standpoint.
This man is a lethal weapon.
It's yeah, and they know that though too. That's what I'm trying to tell them. Like, is this ain't no coincidence or none of this shit, though.
That man a lethal weapon, bro. That man literally can defend himself to the fullest and survive on his own.
Now,
You know?
now he was one of the ones that the white boy caught in the stove.
Yeah.
Yup.
Was he one of the first ones he shot? Because he hear it? Because now I'm questioning how did he hear the shots and be prepared to be ready to stand firm to go against him.
I'm still saying I never even heard any other shots other than the dude doing the
shots.
shooting. Yeah.
They say he shot at him. I never seen
I
that.
didn't see nobody
I'm just
shooting
keeping
at
it
him.
a buck.
I didn't
That's
hear
another,
no other gunshots,
say
bro.
people pay attention, y'all. That's
I
another.
never
That's
seen
another
when
piece of the puzzle, y'all.
like
That's
when we
another
watched
piece.
that video the first time, that was the first. Where was he at? Because
You
they
know
say
me,
he went
Chop.
in
I
the
ain't
store
picking no sides.
behind
I'm
the
trying to
dude.
see what you know what I'm saying. because
Like
this shit is amazing, bro. Like you
it
can't
really
tell me you
is.
don't know nothing about this man. Like I'm trying to tell people, you ain't no way. And for him to be dead and then see the situation that he was in and how he got shot, we watched the actual footage of this motherfucking Twitch page, nigga. My
Yeah,
dog showed us that. If y'all was here that
he
night, y'all
did,
got the
bro.
exclusive. But if y'all wasn't, I'm telling you, they shut us the fuck down the next morning. I mean, a couple of hours probably, huh, Chop? They shut that
Couple,
bitch down.
yeah.
So,
Fair use.
you know,
If you go to the
that was
Blunt Talk Instagram page, it's on there.
so yeah, man.
Yeah, it's on
These
there. If you come to
like
the Blunt, they ain't take it down off social media, but they
They
took it
just took it
off
down
fucking
off of
right.
YouTube.
So, but
the
yeah, y'all
UB.
could, yeah. So y'all know what it is, man. We ain't got that
Y'all
much
can go
attention
see
yet,
that.
but so yeah, y'all could probably go sneak peek that motherfucker right quick,
Yeah, because I'm
cause
still questioning that one, bro. Like I did not hear.
it's a lot of pieces, bro. It's a
And
lot of
then the
pieces.
thing
It's
is,
weird, bro.
you can distinguish the difference between the two different types of firearms. That's what I'm saying. And think about it. Even if the dude would have been like
I'm
they say
muting up, P. I
he
can hear you.
shot, like they were saying he shot at the dude, wouldn't we hear the bullets hitting him?
Yeah, but the dude ain't get hit. His Kevlar, none of that had no holes in it. None of
Exactly.
that.
So when
He
did he
didn't
get
get
shot
hit.
at?
He didn't get shot. The man surrendered. They say that.
No,
He
I'm talking
came
about.
out the
Remember, they said
store.
the retired police officer shot at him, right?
When?
That's what the media was reporting, that the dude went in the store, the Buffalo retired Buffalo security guard police officer guy went in behind him, firing at him, and he shot the police officer, the retired police officer. So when did any shots other than that 18-year-old get fired? I didn't hear no shots coming toward him. You see what I'm saying? All I heard was that AR-15 he had. I didn't hear no other gun being fired. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And then they're saying that there's no bullets markings in the Kevlar nowhere on this dude. Nowhere. Not chest, not back, no, not where. So who was shooting at the 18-year-old that was shooting up the stove?
The police were scared too. They just ain't. It ain't come out. I seen that. Because my thing is, how a security guard died and nothing happened to none of the police. Like, where the fuck y'all was at?
Now that's another good question. And then how long did it take y'all to get to the scene?
That's another
Because
thing.
remember, that's a predominantly black neighborhood.
I think the shit stays, bro. That shit happened, then the shit happened with the. That was a white boy. This one was a Mexican. The other one, in
Chinese
California,
or
was
Asian.
Chinese. Was Asian
Chinese,
or
Asian,
Asian.
yeah,
It
whatever
looked
he
like the
was.
majority of the kids that got killed in the what you call it
Hispanic.
in that was Hispanic. And and then if you fuck, if you look at the town, like when they had the first little press conference when the dude came up there and he was saying something about gun control and they need to do something about gun control and shit. Them motherfuckers was all fucking white hillbillies. You could look at them country fucking bumpkins. That's it's no black people stay out there. You know how they have city council meetings and it be the governor and the mayor and the police chief and all that, and you might see a Mexican, a Chinese person, a black person, a white person.
Yeah, the
Man,
token minorities.
nigga, every last one of them motherfuckers was Peckerwoods.
Redneck Peckerwood.
Man, straight rednecks, dog. Also real shit. So that wasn't even a predominant black town. That's why I
Nope.
say it's uh it's easy to always say it's racism. You know what I'm saying? But to me, they trying to take them fucking guns out people hand.
Oh, quick question. Did
No, I
y'all
definitely
hear?
think racism is a part of it.
Did
Yeah,
y'all
it
hear
is.
when I don't know if that was the governor or the police chief or whoever that was doing the press conference. say that the dude posted online that he was gonna shoot his grandmother, and that he posted again saying he shot his grandmother in the face,
First of
and
all,
then that he was gonna go attack a school or whatever like that.
all
Now,
right. Second, wait, Pete, not wait, because the people got to know this too. That happened this year. He went to jail last year for saying the same shit, for saying he was gonna do what he did this year.
yet they're trying to paint the picture as though the dude had a mental health problem.
Anybody ever seen what's the name of that fucking movie when they go get all the criminals and make them a team and they be go and get criminal, go and kill somebody else or some shit. What's the name of that? Suicide Squad.
Yeah, yeah.
So they
This is it.
recruited this motherfucking nigga. That's how I feel.
They called him Deadshot, huh? Was
They
that his name?
recruited. It wasn't just
It was a
Deadshot. They
whole bunch of them.
recruited. Every last one of them was criminals. They knew what every last one of them could do. My thing is, they knew this little boy, you know, he shouldn't have been able to purchase a gun. If last year when he was 17, he said he was gonna shoot his grandma.
That's a good point.
Right.
His dad shouldn't even been able to get that
He
shit,
shouldn't
bro.
even been able to buy no gun.
At all.
That's all I'm saying.
And then they saying that
P. Dot, you
they
said it
didn't.
earlier. How them motherfuckers got their guns? How they got this? How your boy got this shit?
Yeah, he went to a
the
gun
From the
store.
store.
place.
Yeah, he went to the
Well,
gun
you
store.
gotta get a background
So that
check.
means so think about it. There's a set organized plan to actually sell these guns to certain people because of a certain reason. And we're finding out through the videos we've been showing and what's been going on not only here and also
Other
in
places,
Ukraine
right?
with this certain
Yeah,
war. P, come on.
yeah,
Let's put it
yeah,
together, dog. This is a big puzzle, bro. Let's get it.
yeah.
We got some more videos too, Chop. I don't want to drag this along with this shit, but we got a lot of videos to
Y'all
get
gotta
through
tell me
tonight,
which
though.
one y'all gonna
Just roll that beautiful beam footage, dog. Whatever. Look at one of the motherfuckers and see which one we talking about. I told you I'm gonna let you roll with them. I sent a couple of them. Not all of them long. That's what I'm saying. They short. They just short little peppers.
I want this. So this
Only one was long was the pro one. I'm
pro
gonna
gun,
see it when you play
the
it.
new
Yeah,
pro
that's the
gun
only long
generation.
one.
That was the
All
one
the
I
other
like.
ones, all the other ones locked and loaded. However you want to go. Yeah, bro, we putting it together, people. This is Blunt Talk, all cap, no space, man. NOLA on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Y'all check us out on Instagram too. We doing our thing over there. My dog been posting some fire posts for y'all, man. Just keeping y'all updated with the stuff that people not really talking about. You know, that's mainly what we do. We do commentary of the news and what the news don't talk about in our perspective. You know what I'm saying? You know, not because we somebody, it's because we is people, you know, and we gotta look out for each other. You know what I'm saying? If nobody gonna do it, we gotta do it. So it could start with us. Yeah, dig.
some people think after Malcolm.
Pause it, chat, because it's gonna go fast a little bit. So give him a little time to read it out, then pause. Read it out, then play it. I'm gonna just sit. All right. Estimated 1,042
Mass
in the
shooting
U.S.
in the
since the
U.S.
Sandy
Why
Hook,
do you
y'all. That's
estimate?
important, y'all. That's important too. Look what massacre they talking about. That's important too. Sandy Hook, y'all. Y'all remember Sandy Hook? Now remember how much of I'm gonna say so-called hoax or hoax that was surrounded around the Sandy Hook situation. And look how many mass shootings have happened since that staged event
Each time
or so-called staged event. But go ahead,
we
John.
see one of these mass shootings, our thoughts and prayers are not enough. It's not enough.
Not enough.
Look at this shit. Holy smokes. See? Now, how did this happen, y'all? Look, it's going fast, y'all. I say you might want to pause it. All this happened in 90 seconds. It's a lot of information in 90 seconds, though. People, if y'all gonna hit it, y'all go hit it. Go ahead, y'all. Y'all gotta pause it. Pause it. Go ahead, y'all.
Hmm.
Ain't that's one of the topics too, huh, y'all?
Yep.
That the S word, huh?
Yep.
All right, now that S word.
And the thing that they not saying on this one is that the suicide rate by gun is mostly men.
First of all, so you mean to tell me that out of all the killings and shit that they shit going on in the world, that more people die from suicide than homicide?
When it comes to
He said it
when it comes to
compromises.
when it comes to guns.
Right.
So you mean to tell me that more people died from with guns from suicide than homicide?
Now, mind you, they talking about this on a worldwide scale, though. They're not just talking about the U.S. here. They talking about worldwide, though.
But all right,
But
the reason I'm saying
The
that
U.S.
is
take up
because
40. Just we they saying that the U.S. has 42% of the population of guns, but only make up 5%, right? So if we looking at it from what they saying, homicide and suicide is your two biggest killers when it comes to guns, but suicide winds up taking more because it's suicide with a gun.
I understand that. I understand that. But what I'm saying is that's not what you hear on the news, my nigga.
Oh no,
All
no,
right,
no.
so
You're
what the
not
fuck
hearing
you
that in the
acting like?
news.
Exactly,
They're
you
not
acting
gonna throw
like.
that out there.
Then you gonna try to
Yeah,
explain
they
that
hide
shit
that
like
shit.
you've been saying,
Yeah,
like
they
that
hide
shit
it.
was right, like you've been knew that. You ain't know that.
Yeah, it happens though. It happens a lot, but we don't, like
We
you
don't
say,
hear
like it's
about
not
it.
no. Yeah,
That's why
it's not
if
no.
you notice, like they said with your boy with the top shooting, he
It's not no
threatened
main. It's not no
he
main story. Like
he threatened suicide, but then he surrendered. You see what I'm saying?
Son, this all I'm saying is that it's no fucking way possible. I like look at the thing. The shit say mass shootings kill the same just 1%,
1.5%.
no 0.1% more than police in war. Look at that shit.
right.
But you
Mm-hmm.
about to change gun laws because
There we
all
go.
this you see what I'm saying? Like
Exactly. But look,
we
that's what I'm showing you though. Like you could, like they could make up all this shit they want, but it still compromises the perception of what you're saying anyway.
why is 63% of people feel like they gotta commit suicide? That's what the fuck you need to be trying to figure out.
All the fucking pills and all that. Exactly.
If you save that 63, that fucking other part of the pie, that shit, the homicide gonna go down in half just saving that 63.
Yeah, it's going somewhere though. That's why I was.
One
Yeah,
was
it's going
last
somewhere. This is,
forgot
trust me. This is not solid proof. Most people support the gun control proposal.
the Ted Cruz.
Look how they do Ted. That's cool. Look how they do Ted. Some lawmakers have had success with the gun control.
But it say, but their impact varies. No,
First of all,
we
they
not
want
gonna
to
even let
require
them do that,
licenses.
dog. We not. I'm not about to let them motherfuckers say that
Listen,
shit.
they
Hold
want
up,
to
chop. Chop,
require
Hold up,
licenses
chop.
because.
Let me say this while I got it fresh on my
All
mind.
See,
right, go ahead,
I'm
say
not
it.
about to let them
I
motherfuckers say that shit, dog, because You gonna
Talk to
say
me, bro.
that
Yeah,
background
you could
check can
chop that one,
save
chop. You could
lives.
put put the other one on.
You gonna say that
You can
background
get the
checks
other one
can
queued up.
save lives, but their impact varies. No,
Yeah.
background checks can save lives, but if law enforcement officials step up and do their fucking job like they're supposed to do, when these crazy motherfuckers is posting that shit online
And
and
man
put
just said
their ass
that
in a
shit.
mental facility
Yeah, bro.
and lock
Go ahead.
the fucking door and throw away the key, we wouldn't
Chop just
have these
said that
mass
shit, dude. Like
shootings, bruh.
you wasn't even supposed to sell that dude that gun, bro. He just said it.
They wasn't supposed to sell that dude that
See,
gun.
background
He
check,
done went to
yeah.
jail for
But
that.
but look, think about it. Who we blaming for black background checks? Who owning these gun stores? Is it predominantly black people or is it predominantly white people?
Yeah, well, we know who it predominantly is.
Holy smoke! So
Predominantly white.
let's keep it real then. So
But what I'm saying,
think
like,
about
The
it.
United
if
States
you
has a
gonna sit
problem
up
with
there and
gun
say that
violence.
Look,
a
look, look, look,
Many
background
look.
check
victims
can
in our
save
hearts.
lives,
Perhaps
but
we
the
may never
Hold on,
impact
say that, Paul.
varies.
Hold on, Pete. Say that.
We talk about it after mass
Oh,
shootings,
oh
but
my.
it's much larger and more complicated than those debates allow. Here's what you need to know about the state of gun violence in America.
Come on,
It's
tell me.
true that the US sees many more mass shootings than these other developed countries. Between 2000 and 2014, there were 133 mass shootings in public populated places. That's excluding gang violence and terrorism. Of course, the US is a much larger country, but if you adjust for population size,
Gang
it still
violence?
ranks higher. Of these countries, Finland is next,
So they
with
say.
just 2 shootings over 14 years, much smaller population. And this type of tragedy seems to be happening more often in the US. Each of these squares represents a public mass shooting with 4 or more fatalities. Before 2011, they happened 6 months apart on average. But since then, only 2 months go by between them.
I hope and pray that I don't have to come out again during my tenure as president.
Oh
Talk my condolences to
man.
families.
That was
You
October
the
1st, 2015.
you the one
just about
sanctioned the
2 months
drones,
later,
didn't you?
A tragedy is sad word.
Sanctioned a lot of
Ain't
things.
ain't he the one signed off for the drones to go
Families of those who've been killed.
public mass shootings get all
those
the
drone
attention
bombs?
because they're often so indiscriminate. But the truth is, mass
Okay.
shootings are unlike most gun deaths in America. Here's how it breaks down. According to the most recent data, 92 people are killed with guns every day on average.
Yeah.
About 30 of those are homicides, of which maybe 1.5 at most can be considered part of mass shootings.
Don't lie. Keep it real. Put that fucking chuck. Say, chap. See, this is the thing. This is the part I be talking about when they don't. So is they talking about black on black crime too? Because that's what I'm saying. When the nigga kill a lot of people at one time, sometimes they don't always consider that to be a mass shoot. They be
Got to,
saying black on
Man,
black
y'all
crime
heard
and
or
that
shit.
they'll
bitch
call it
said,
a
So
man.
gang
it's
related
kind of
shooting.
Fuck that shit. Y'all heard that bitch
so
said, man.
it's
She did
more
not say
numbers.
suicide is the main killer with the guns, nigga.
She
You
did
see
not.
what I'm saying? She
Wait,
did
hold
No, I
not
up.
know.
say that.
Yeah.
Didn't she say that a mass shooting is only
Chap, you been won
constituted a
that fight,
mass?
dog. Why you beating the dead horse? You been beat her up, bro.
Wait,
You
did
been
they
got that one,
did
bro.
wait?
Yeah, you
That's
been
new
got
clip
that
and
one.
she's
Wait,
Yeah.
still
is this
lying.
I
Like,
know.
come
But you
on.
have to show other people's perspective, right? Remember, we content creators. We gotta show other people's perspective and let people break this down. So when they see it for themselves, you feel me? We give them
Yeah,
a
that's good
avenue to
because
where they
now
could break
people
it
can see
down. You see what I'm saying? They
exactly
gotta break
why
it down.
we say like what I just said. Them bitches
Yeah,
do
man.
not tell
We gotta
nobody
we
they
gotta let the people know
suicide.
what's going on because it's two
They tell
sides.
you it's
And
crazy.
man, come on, man. I'm trying. Yeah. So that's what we doing, chap. Look, we coming like the old Indians, bro. We jumping out of trees and everything on these motherfuckers, dog. You hear me? We just, that's how we coming at them. We breaking all this shit down, dog. All that shit, man. So whatever
Yeah, but
these lies is or whatever y'all inconsistencies y'all see, man, let the people know, man. This is what we do. This is blunt talk, y'all. This is blunt talk, people. Oh cap, no space, man. No, I'm loving this shit, though. That's why I'm loving it because I get to show y'all what I be talking about. When y'all know would be the truth, but at the same time, you always have a narrative of these people that can spin shit and make believe, right? Like Disney and shit. Make
Most of
believe.
those
Don't they
killed,
call it? Make
58
believe.
people a day, are suicides. The rest are accidental shootings, police actions, and undetermined incidents. Those suicides, they show up in international comparisons too. These are the 10 countries ranked highest on human development by the UN. The
There you
US
go.
has the highest suicide rate among them, and this darker bar shows how many of those are with guns. Some people think suicide isn't really relevant to the gun issue.
But to go and think that some type of gun control regulations that are being talked about are going to stop somebody from committing suicide when there's so many other ways for people to commit suicide.
But the methods that people use are important because suicide attempts often stem from temporary crises. The vast majority of people who survive suicide attempts
Pause it right
don't
quick,
end up
chat. Right
dying.
quick. Please, homie. Now look, people. If y'all listen to this, if you gonna listen to this, think about what they talking about right now. And before they actually get into it, y'all, I want to ask y'all something. After that dude in Buffalo, not just the panel, you know, I want the people to think about this, y'all. I don't want y'all to answer this because y'all already know the answer, y'all. Chop and P. Dot fall back right quick. I want the people to answer this one, though. Don't say nothing. Just press the play. When that dude, after that dude shot all them fucking people, did he or did he not talk about taking his own fucking life? Go ahead, Ron.
Make it nearly impossible to get that second chance. The victims of gun suicides are overwhelmingly men and mostly white.
Holy smokes.
And the rate of gun suicides has been increasing
See,
in the
that
US.
truth gotta hit you even when you gotta lie,
At the
Chop.
same
You heard
time, the
that
rate
shit?
of gun homicides
She
has
coughed
been
that shit up.
decreasing, especially since the 90s when crime rates in general were higher. But if you compare the US to other developed countries, it doesn't look like good news. These are homicides adjusted for population size. The US would probably have a higher homicide rate even without guns. But you
Thank
can
you.
see how gun
There
violence
you go,
pushes
Chop.
that rate far beyond the other countries here. The victims of these shootings, they're not the ones you often see on the national news. They're disproportionately young black men.
Ooh.
You guys can leave here and go on with your
Disproportionately.
lives. We gotta go on
Pause him.
to empty rooms because our children lives.
Now, what you said earlier about the bullshit about the pie graph, right? With the guns. What she just said, right? Even without them bitches, right? It's still showing the mass rate of murder, dog, that's going down in the US by itself, man. It's a problem, man. Which means, which goes to your point. It's all type of shit people are dying from, not only just guns. But the mass majority of the shit that happens with that shit, because it's so easy to get a gun, the gun is easy to kill with people than rather than choking them, poisoning them, you know, beating them to death, grabbing a chain, a machete, you know what I'm saying? Just some other shit. You know, it's better for the evil conscience, man. Just to get rid of your problem right quick, pow, and just go to sleep.
Yeah.
It's the conqueror's thought, right? What people tell you, look, you know, if you really got a problem with somebody, like a motherfucking man, bro, you look him in his eyes and you be ready to go down for whatever the fuck you gotta go down with if it goes down like that, right? You could say you went down as a fucking man, but you a coward when you know, catch me off guard and gotta shoot me. You feel me? At one time, this was a moral, dog. You feel me? At one time, this was a fucking staple in the community, bro. Real shit.
Niggas became easy
And you're
cowards.
not, and people but people losing the concept of that, P. Dot. And we not understanding that this is the concept of where we come from, and we losing that shit. With or without the fucking gun, dog.
Yeah, the motherfuckers done
We know we
glorified.
need them motherfuckers, but it do that make us right as a people? You feel
No, it
me? And
don't.
it and it,
Yeah.
and it thank you, child. It don't, though,
It never did.
and they know that, and it's a problem. It's a big problem. But yeah, but go ahead, bro. I don't want.
Were taken away by people who should not have had guns anyway.
One possible explanation is that the US simply has more crime than those other countries. But if you set aside homicides for a moment and look at rates of
So
burglary
loose with them white boys. Look how loose they is with
or
them white boys. Look at
assault,
them white countries that been conquered,
you
yo.
don't see that same
Yeah,
spike
because
that
they
you see
loose
with
with them white
homicide.
boys. They ain't gonna be killing each other like that.
It's not that America has much more crime. It's that crime in the US is much more lethal.
Where Africa at? Y'all saw Africa
Altogether,
on
the
that chart?
number of gun
Nope.
deaths in the US from 2000 to 2013 exceeds the number of Americans killed by AIDS, by illegal drug overdoses, the Iraq and Afghanistan wars, and terrorism combined. It should be clear by now that this level of gun violence is a uniquely American problem among the developed world. And here's one reason why. There are a ton of guns in the US. This chart shows the estimated number of guns by country. It's adjusted for population size, and it's still not even close.
The question that I would like to ask is how on earth could he compile 13 guns?
Man, you ain't even from here,
How
man. This
can that
nigga talking
happen?
from like he from
If you take a
UK
look
some
back at the
fucking
10
but talking
countries
about
with
what's
the
going
highest
on over
levels of
here.
human development,
Where's
you can see that
Africa,
it's
yo?
relatively really easy to get a gun in the US. All
Where
of the other
Africa at?
countries require a license to purchase most guns,
Look,
and those
where
purchases
Africa?
are recorded into an official
Holy
registry.
smokes.
To get that license, people have to state a reason for why they want a gun. And in most of these countries, they have to pass a safety test and are required by law
Look
to
at the
store their
countries
guns safely.
they
In
lining you
part
the
because of its
US up
lax
with.
laws, there are well over
Is
300
that
million
NATO?
guns in the US and counting. This
Paul, was
chart
that
doesn't
NATO?
reflect private sales,
That's what it
but
looked
it
like.
shows the number of
All the
background
NATO,
checks,
all of the
which all
nations in the
federally
NATO.
licensed dealers have to
Holy
run. It
smokes.
suggests that the demand for guns has been increasing
I
steeply
don't know. We gotta
since
look at
Barack
the
Obama
chart,
took
P. We gotta
office.
look at the chart.
So we've looked at gun
That
deaths
looking
and
like
at gun
NATO, though.
ownership. This chart puts them together. It shows that among highly developed countries, the more guns in a country,
Every
the more gun
every
deaths.
single country they
You can see
talking
that
about
countries
is,
like Switzerland,
especially
which
on this
have
chart, is
relatively
in
more
NATO.
guns than a country like the Netherlands, also have a higher gun death rate. And here's the US. Likewise, US states with more guns have more gun homicides. There are outliers like Idaho, which has higher rates of gun ownership but low rates of gun murders. But overall, there's a correlation between gun ownership and homicide
Look at
rates.
Louisiana at the
And that
top.
relationship has held up in studies that control for things like poverty, unemployment, and crime.
That's sad.
The correlation between gun ownership
Thank
and
you.
gun deaths is
Poverty.
even stronger for suicides. It makes sense. Depression with a gun is more dangerous than depression without one. Likewise,
And if you
fights,
look at it,
domestic
that's mostly
disputes, road rage,
your
drunkenness,
southern states.
all much more dangerous with a gun than without. That said, you might need different policies
Gun
to keep
totes.
So
guns
that's what
away
they
from potential
lining it
mass
up.
shooters than you would to keep
Pause
them
it right
out of
quick,
inner
child.
city gangs or
That's what I think that answered your question, what you was saying earlier too, as well. You see how she said with alcohol and having a gun, you know, all these things go up. All these other things that you
All them other
that you
factors
do on
clear.
your own, yeah, that you probably would
They-
choke the shit out of motherfucker if you was drunk. Now that you have a gun, you ain't gotta choke the shit out of him. You could just fire it. You know what I'm saying?
Liquid courage.
Everything, and they're using that. No. What I'm saying is they're using that for, for a narrative to point at the guns. You feel me? But we all know that, being responsible with a gun is the most important thing. You know what I'm saying? Even if he hold it, even if he owns it, he have to go to jail for that if he shot somebody because it's his gun. It's in his name. His drunk ass shouldn't have never pulled no gun to kill nobody. So he have to suffer those consequences for that.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, that's how that should go, in most times, and people should take heed to that and understand that you can't just put one narrative on this shit with this gun shit. There these regulations and shit are put in place for a certain reason, and we need to figure out what's the best way to do this shit. And until we do that, I don't see nothing really changing too much. They just gonna keep fighting about this bullshit because everybody got their own little narrative, bro. It's crazy.
I think that's what the big problem is that everybody has a
Yeah,
narrative. Everybody got a narrative. Every state across the country got a narrative about why they want specific gun laws and this, that, and the other. So I'm like this here. What if you left it up to your state? Instead of it being a federal thing, let it be a state by state choice. We already know, like we looked at our gun laws down here. Our gun laws are pretty simplistic. And they fair and they work for all law abiding citizens. You see what I'm saying? So if it's a
Right.
state by state choice, I think we'd be best, as well as other states that have like their own specified gun laws as to how they choose to regulate guns and so on and so forth. Instead of it being a fight for the federal government to step in and say, "Oh well, this is what no," because we already see how shit with the federal government goes. You see what I'm saying? And one man on already, I don't even know what I did with that video, but one man basically stood up and said, you know, I dare you to try to take my gun from me. Because if you're not trying to take the guns out of the hands of the criminals, but you're trying to take the guns out of the hands of the law-abiding citizens, how we gonna protect ourselves?
and right,
And
and I think like not to cut you off though, but and not only the citizens, certain citizens, like and that's when it get even crazier. Like they add a level to it. You know what I mean? They
right,
don't stop at like just to go all the way back to what I asked Chop before, and he said, yeah, and they did. They looked at it. They looked at it crazy, like me doing that shit, and that's what I'm saying too. When they add that level to it, you figure out that it's some secret shit that we are not paying
being
attention to with certain gun shop owners, bruh. They have pacts with these I think a lot of these gun owner shops have pacts with certain white
legislators.
racist groups.
Yeah,
No, not white racist groups. I'm gonna be real, dog. I'm gonna keep it blunt, dog. White racist groups that's keeping this type of shit going. They selling guns to them little white boys and shit when they know they got some shit popping off. They know where to go. They know what gun shop to go to get what
mm-hmm,
they need though, because they
right,
already certified with whatever. You know what I'm saying? Remember,
right,
Right.
they have you just showed us the signs, Pete, with the signs and shit. All he gotta do is come in there with the sign on and people already know what time it is. He ain't gotta say shit. He just come in
right,
there bitch and buy a gun because he already got the fucking symbol on. You feel me? So
exactly,
think about it like that. Code without being seen, seen without being seen, right?
right.
Come in there, do the dip. And I
Speak
think,
without speaking and being seen without being
but you know,
seen.
that's one of the main codes of the what secret societies, right?
Right.
So they're using these things, they're using these tactics against us. They're using this shit against us, bro. I'm gonna say, in general,
Well,
really,
I found
because
out
they push the
basically last
narrative.
night
But
that
go ahead.
the shooter was arrested years ago, 4 years ago, for having this plan, for basically saying, when I'm a senior in 2022, I'm going to shoot up a school. And this was 4 years ago. They apprehended him. So something fell out of it.
So I was wrong. I thought it was a year. They had 4 years. This nigga was 16 when he said this shit.
Between the cracks.
Wait, no, not 16. It was 12,
15.
14, 14, 14.
Yeah, 14 years old. 14
14,
years old.
14. That nigga
Ninth
was
grade.
14.
Ninth grade.
This is blunt talk, y'all, not math school, okay?
Shit.
To the people, let the people know. Yeah, Chop ain't come here to add and subtract for y'all, but
I did not.
he know what he talking
Oh,
about.
but you wait, hold on, pause it right quick, little child.
You need to figure out.
But they did say that a year ago he had posted online that he bought the guns and stuff like that when he was gonna make 18. And he did. One of them
So,
articles was talking about
so
that.
all this was in the manifesto that we was talking
I
about. Was that
I
in the
I
manifesto?
I think that's what it was.
The Buffalo shooter had a fucking partner that was a fed.
So what was his parents into then? If he was already into this shit, then
Exactly.
was his daddy former police? Was his daddy was you know what I'm saying, FBI,
Oh, they
CIA, or
gonna.
something?
I
Oh,
think the truth about all that shit about to come out.
no, we got to
Or
find out. That's what we about to
right.
do. Yeah, we got to find out.
About what happened, where the holes, and we need to make sure it doesn't happen again. But if law enforcement, identified him 4 years ago as a threat, we need to figure out why he wasn't, how he got removed from that. Well, I found out late.
How do you get removed from that? How do you get off the I said I was gonna shoot up a school list?
Exactly. That's a good question. Somebody had to remove you, and
No, nigga,
somebody higher
how?
up.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying how. Like I'm asking you how.
The only way that could happen is if you know somebody in the higher ups.
Mm.
Yeah, this one here did it for me.
When I first watched my grown-up killing show, myself started to like killing, and then my brain started to like tell me what to do with killing in it. So I like murders and I like killing in my life. I want to kill everybody in the world from my family because they just didn't do anything to me. I just like killing. So
just any type of person, it doesn't matter. What about me?
Yeah.
Even me?
No, not even my teachers either.
Okay, because I'm the first person that you told this. Am I? Yeah.
Now look at that little boy's eyes.
I just like killing.
So what are you going to be again when you grow up?
A murderer.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Whoa.
What do you?
Look at his eyes, though. His eyes are cold.
That man
His
ain't blink
eyes
a
are
fucking
cold.
better eye.
That's what I mean. That nigga eyes cold, boy. And he a kindergartner. Or he looked like either a kindergartner or a first grader talking about when
But
I
guess
grow
what?
up, I want to be a murderer.
How much you won't fucking bet? By the time he turned 18, he gonna be and shot some shit up.
Oh yeah. We know
If you don't do it
he's telling
earlier.
it to you now.
If you don't do it earlier.
He's telling it to you now. So imagine, but man, I wouldn't put it past 3rd, 4th grade. This nigga gonna shoot somebody. He already done said, I want to be a murderer.
That's what I heard.
My brain, the first killing movie I saw, my brain told me to I want to be a murderer.
See, bro, I'ma keep it
I
real,
like
bro.
it.
That boy, man, boy, somebody gonna scare the shit out of that little nigga. He gonna shit on himself. That nigga gonna be a motherfucking scientist or something. He gonna scare the shit out of his little fucking ass, man. Bro, them churn is sensualized off the motherfucking TV and shit. That's all they see and shit, y'all. That's a wrap on them churn, man. Look, bro. Think about it, like what you used to be into when you was a kid, right? Just think about it. Me, I was into they had He-Man and shit. They had the He-Man out. It was Batman.
Motherfucking
And,
MacGyver, Knight Rider.
nigga, the motherfucking Ninja Turtles, nigga. The Ninja Turtles used to hit.
Fucking
They
right.
motherfucking Ninja Turtles used to come on. Yeah. Nigga used to watch that shit.
And you know
that's crazy about how the Ninja Turtles came through all 3 of our generations. And look, that's crazy that I just said that. But I'm just saying like that was the shit that was in, like you protecting yourself and you being an upstanding citizen, right? You looking out for the people and wanting to be a hero for the people. You see some bullshit going on, somebody getting their purse snatched. You looked up to that shit when you was a kid. Think about it, bro. Like that was the vibe, right?
Right. Be a hero. Save something.
To be a good person. That was the vibe for you as a kid, for you, bro. What's the vibe for them kids? What's the vibe for them kids? Chop, think about what I'm saying, bro.
Shoot and kill. Shoot
to be a fucking murderer, dog. You feel me? It's fucked up, man. It's sad though.
And speaking of the Ninja
It's
Turtles,
looked up to be that shit, dog.
hey,
Them
you know
children
what I
ain't got
want to
none
do?
of that shit. None of that shit, man.
You know what I want to say, bro?
Dude and them gotta watch the Japan shit, man.
The
You know,
only see,
damn
check
near
this
they
out.
glad they got Dragon Ball Z and Naruto. If not for the Japanese, they wouldn't have shit. Nigga,
I
they
ain't gonna
took
lie.
all that shit. Think about it. Nigga, we had
You
X-Men and all, like
forgetting
you said, X-Men. Fucking right. That motherfucking X-Men, that Marvel X-Men used to come on. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Sound like that Whitney Houston song?
fucking
She.
right.
See, check this out. And
She.
it just really dawned on me that
Yeah.
if
Let's talk
now
about it.
sitting back thinking about the Ninja
Yeah,
Turtles,
this grown man talk right here, man.
they
We all
had
men, dog. We gotta keep it real, man.
they
Nobody would
had
think about doing that shit, man.
they had four different characteristics involved in the Ninja Turtles. You had Leonardo, who was the leader, but he was a jock. He was the athlete, right? You had Donatello, who was the science person. You had Michelangelo, who was the party guy. Then you had Raphael, the loner, but still, the shy loner who don't really want to be bothered, but
The
he'll get
best
out there and
fighter.
fuck some shit up. You
He's
notice
the
that?
best fighter.
You see what I'm saying?
Ralph.
I'm serious. It just dawned on me about the four different personalities that involved the Ninja Turtles that made them who they were as heroes. Oh, I'm the jock, I'm the leader. I'm the brain behind the operation. I'm the guy that's the life of the party, the you know,
Yeah,
the
everybody had their
lovable guy.
different vibe, but it was
Right,
acceptable to get the job done, and nobody wasn't
right.
going against nobody.
And they
Even
all
though
worked as a
everybody had
team.
their personality. Like Ralph wasn't supposed to get along with nobody,
Hmm. And that's the thing that
but he did though. You see what I'm saying? Because his intentions was never bad. He just was mad as fuck at how the world was treating
right,
everybody.
right.
I get you. I'm with you, dog. I'm
And
telling
that
you to fuck with them turtles now. I'm telling.
but that's what I'm saying. Like if we sit back and look at some of the stuff we used to watch,
Yeah, it's
yeah, a lot
different. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm
it
sure they got that, man.
like
Man, I'm
it
sure
had
they got that shit,
like
man.
what and the thing was
Shit over with, man.
even
Morals and
for
shit.
the age that we were when all of this stuff was out, it was a big
Look, but
debate
guess what?
about
And I
the
ain't gonna lie
violence
to
that was
you.
involved in that.
P, I can't lie to you and say niggas wasn't getting shot when I was watching the Turtles. No.
Oh, we know they were.
You hear me? I ain't gonna lie to you.
I can tell you.
This
Motherfuckers
is
was
my
getting
point.
shot watching that,
You
but
see what I'm
not
saying?
like not like
This
this
go
shit
what I'm
is now,
saying.
man. This
No,
shit done
it's the
spiraled
vibe.
all the
Look,
way
it's the
out of
theme. Like
control.
I said, it's the theme and it's the vibe of how they presenting it to these kids now, bro.
Yeah.
The whole sense of morality is getting sucked the fuck up out of them, bro. To where you have to be in their life like that to really let them know what's right from wrong, because they really don't know. You be looking at them like, man, how you don't know that? What you playing with me? No, they not, nigga.
They really
They
don't.
don't have those sense. You see what I'm saying? Like
The
we
oh,
would,
you know what? The moral compass.
nigga.
The moral compass
Yeah,
is
that bitch
fucked
busted.
up. Yeah,
It's
it's fucked
busted.
up. It's all the way busted. Like
And if
there's
you don't
no
instill
moral
it in them around
responsibility
yourself,
on
yeah,
anybody's
man.
part.
By this time, yeah,
Aside
it's over with.
aside from
What?
like, I hate to say this, bro. Aside from the generation that we in, me, you and Chop, and Mo
Now
when he
the
was
three
sitting down doing
generations of
our last
men,
show.
man. That was folk.
Aside
And
from
he,
that,
let me
bro,
see,
we had a moral
shout
compass
out to
of
Mo
certain
Dilly, man. Great
we
episode.
we had a moral compass of everything that we were doing. It's certain lines we would not cross. These motherfuckers now don't have no type of moral compass, bro.
It's
It's
not
like
even that. That's what I'm saying. It's not even
whatever.
that, P. I get what you're saying, though, bro. But you know, I it's not even that, dog. Cause think of people. That's what I'm saying. People did shit back in our day too.
But they still
People
had
did shit.
morals to it. Like they wasn't out shooting up a whole house of people. Like not like that, not like what we seeing right now. If you roll up on a trap house back then, you rolling up on a trap house full of opposition, not the house of somebody you had a fight with, and you gonna shoot up the whole house and his mama and children and whoever in the house. You see what I'm saying? It was
Right.
a it
That's
was
why I
a
say I
line.
get you. I'm with you.
It was a specific line that was not to be crossed back then, because back around that time it was like, fuck that. I'm gonna catch my enemy wherever I catch my enemy at. I'm not gonna sit up here and try to do his family nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Then it got to the point where niggas like, well, fuck it. If I can't get him, I'm gonna get his homeboy. You
I'm gonna
see what I'm
get his
saying?
fucking mama, his brother, his
Nice. I'm gonna get
sister,
your mama, your sister, your brother, your
in
baby,
front of
your grandma.
everybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the whole family. You
No,
know.
fuck that. Look, I'm gonna blow your house up, bitch. If I
Yeah,
can.
back like I said,
Real
during
shit.
during during my time, it was a certain line that brothers was not crossing. Like, if I catch you, I'm gonna catch you. If I catch you in the club, I'm gonna catch you in the club. If I catch you in the streets, I'm gonna catch you in the streets. If I catch you one on one, I'm gonna catch you one on one.
But that's what I was saying. It wasn't at a certain time. At one time, it wasn't even much no catch shit. Like, nigga,
Do you
people
right
knew how
then
to
and there?
but people knew how to talk too if it didn't happen. If it wasn't that serious. Like people knew how
Right. Say, bro, look, this
to
ain't even that
delegate
serious. We done threw hands. Let's just squash it at that.
organization. I think is important. For the preservation of our race.
Our,
Can I say that?
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a definite.
Chop, do you agree?
That's a
Yes,
definite, bro.
sir.
I've been saying that.
Definitely
Organization
agree.
is, this is recorded, so I ain't gotta say it again.
You know what I'm saying? I really believe that, though,
Cause
bro.
that was a
Like,
freestyle right there. I ain't gonna lie, but that's what I believe. I believe that, but I think we lost that somewhere with believing in bitch ass niggas that do tell you the same shit I'm saying. You know, like I don't really understand. Not putting work in after I said once I commit to something is it, bro. I'm trying to go as much as I can possibly of what I'm trying to learn and how I'm trying to do it. That's it. And I'm gone after that. I mean, y'all could contest to that. So I think the false leadership, yo, that a lot of our people follow behind just being so fucked up in situations, it'd be hard for them to really see the shit we be saying. That's why I thought it was so important for us to make this podcast, y'all, brother. Because, excuse me, they don't really be seeing a lot of the shit when they really watch the news, like how we watch. See, with the first, even when we bought those clips up, right? And we got some more clips to bring too, just off the guns on the gun stuff too. We learned a lot in those few minutes of those clips, even though we paused it a lot. But those are short clips, both of those wasn't even, one was 90 seconds, and one I think was like 6 or 7 minutes. And we learned so much in that one life, and in that one span, of the clip. So I mean,
we definitely was able to draw out a lot of information from that, looking at the pie graph, the chart. You know what I'm
pay
saying?
attention, people.
Because if we not looking at what is being said, how are we able to decipher?
Shit, why they not comparing us to Africa?
They don't
Yeah.
want to do that.
Ooh, come on, Chop.
They don't
Boy,
want to
you
do that. They don't want to do
Boy,
that.
that's my nigga right there.
I really
Boy,
believe
that's my
Them
fucking
numbers gonna
nigga right
change his
there.
mind right
He
there.
heard me. See what I'm saying? That's Goose right there. I'm trying to tell you, boy.
I really
That
believe
boy
they
is
don't want to
sovereign,
bring.
man.
I really don't believe they don't want to bring Africa into it because
But
Listen,
why
Africa is
wasn't it
still one of
on
the
the
no,
most
chart,
they
P-Dot?
not
Why
majorly.
gonna
wasn't
bring
on the
it.
chart?
They not gonna bring
I
it on
believe
the
they
Don't
don't want
say
to
chart.
bring that
why.
up
Pause.
Why you
because
think they didn't? I want to know why you think it wasn't on the chart.
it's one of the most colonized countries on the face of the earth right now.
Oh, because you can't put no numbers
Uh,
up
uh,
to that
uh, uh,
shit.
uh.
Big ass shit.
Exactly, because
Can't
that
put no
they shit
numbers
would
up
have
to that
been.
shit.
You know why, P? Look, because
Their
they
numbers
numbers
would have
would have
been
been
higher.
beaming like U.S. No, you know why?
Their numbers would have been
Because
higher than ours.
that graph they was putting and showing you were predominantly about melanated people and how
Mm-hmm.
they fucking over melanated people with the guns and the gun laws and how easy it is and how not easy it is to give a citizen rather than a nigga on the motherfucking street. And they're gonna show you that yeah, these little pieces of Africa also, because that bitch is a whole fucking continent. That bitch ain't just no motherfucking state, bro.
No, indeed, no.
You see what I'm saying?
There you go. There you go.
So
I hear it in the distance again.
that was a major thing that I actually brought up with that shit. You know what I'm saying? With Chop just even bringing that shit back up, though. I was fucked up when I seen that Chop. When I seen that shit, I say these motherfuckers think they slick. Holy smokes! That's why I bought it. That's why I said it. Bro. I said, well, wait, where Africa at then?
You know why?
And that's why I asked you, P. Dot. Oh, that's NATO.
You heard what I said, huh?
So
Sure
I
is.
was just trying to make some kind of piece. You know me, dog. I'm trying to make some kind of piece to the puzzle. I ain't gonna lie on no fucking body, but I didn't see Africa up there, and them shit and them fucking them countries you was talking about. Damn sure connects. So I ain't gonna speculate on nobody, y'all. This blunt talk, Chop. You already know. I ain't about to speculate on no fucking body, but it don't make no goddamn sense. You can't. I don't want no smoke blowing up my ass. I ain't with that funny shit. only smoke.
A
You
car
know what I'm
full of
saying?
gay
I don't.
niggas in the midnight because they get
You
the
know.
fucking reason to shoot them up. Say, bro, I'm telling
Go
you,
ahead,
just
roll
sitting
some more
out
of that
here.
beautiful bean footage, Chop.
Hold on for you. Well, while he doing that, bro, I'm gonna tell you. In the time that I've been sitting out here, bro, motherfuckers popping.
Roll a clip before you roll out.
Oh, in this area down here. I'm hearing shots in the distance again.
You can roll a clip. Wait until you come back.
Oh, wait. Oh, he said he got to get off for a minute.
No, it's all good. I was saying he could run the clip if he gonna get out. He could run the clip. He could run the
Nah,
whole clip.
oh, there you go. There you
He
go.
could run the long one. Yeah, he could run the 24. The pro
The pro gun one, yeah.
the pro gun
The
run
new
the
pro
pro
gun
gun clip.
generation.
It's 24 minutes. You could just run that one, Chop, until you come back, round. Me and P Dot could talk about that until you come back, home. You can let it run. There you go. So people, y'all gonna get a chance to check this out.
You have these
So
protesters go out.
this
They
goes with
say,
everything we've been
hands
talking
up,
about,
don't shoot,
people.
right? When we
Listen,
go out, we're armed. You know what the police say? They look at us and they say, it's not
P
working.
Dot, don't
One of
worry
the
about it, bro.
pandemic's
Just work with
enduring
it, dog.
legacies
He
will
gonna
be
let it
more
play. So
Americans with
don't worry
guns.
about
We
it.
have seen a dramatic rise in the number of groups
Talk when you
that
could talk.
support gun
Just try to
rights
catch
for
him
LGBTQ
with the
people, for
commentary.
people of color.
The events of 2020 highlighted the growing complexity of gun rights and mixed attitudes on the Second Amendment.
With the chaos of the election, people were getting emboldened and stuff. So it was something that I felt needed to do for my family and the future of our baby.
Our biggest supporters have actually been leftists, have been socialists, progressives. You sort of have to have a distrust of authority. You know, the police and the government aren't taking care of me, so I have to, do things on my own.
Will growing support for gun rights on the political left impact the partisan divide on gun control?
Back when you needed the black vote so you could beat Trump. Show me where that worked for us.
If they're
Okay.
killing people now,
See?
and we have
Right.
to
Look,
imagine
P.
what would happen if we didn't.
Come on now.
Our only means is to protect ourselves with firearms to even the playing field.
You can't act like this don't exist too, see? So once you done put all this in place, dog, you can't say people can't have no guns no more, P.
Right. We
So if
gotta
it's going to
protect
be
ourselves.
so if it's going to be a racial thing, then people of our color gotta be armed and ready too, right? Like they is, right?
Right.
Because
We've
they're
been
making it a
saying
racial
that.
thing. We're not making it. But they don't listen though. So we gotta make them listen. This is what the fuck it is. We here.
A Democrat area, a stronghold.
All right, Chop. If it cut off, it's all good. Just let it run.
From owning firearms. And I
We're
knew
gonna
that
jump
wasn't
down.
right.
Just jump back in, homie.
Yep, just like that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nick Bezel served in the military and resettled in Texas. He founded the Elmer Geronimo Pratt Gun Club